lego in kanyenya giri Choma dongo bundongo mawero mamobe Gwinu wono mega bunda wero mamo Chalia Imanyi giaranya tijalego kwa Wakiaga wone dola budo babajana Pesa wangelando budo toni bonde Yaro singa wano gone budo bababunde Without me no mako waya wero Obari Mari wano gone wero mamokwe Tieno nyajo donga timi na dokwe Kiago iwaro buda wero mamokwe Kambo dokta
mwakomagira no hindi cia gia ngunguni ciana ici mwaturia Mombasa ukiuga ni maendeleo mwana niarekwa menyo tuwe na mituo ya ndira ciao ndukana conoke mbere ya muciari riria mwagothie gicagi mwana waku agakuria ngui ino ekuria mirio ni ya muhiriga uriku karokio thibitari naya yegatarirwo mbeca ciringi 60 nyina wa Kamau na ithe wa Kamau ndanuko cia mitato watanukeirwo ni nyukwano hindi ciagĩa mũrimũ ngwandĩka marũa ndũmĩre mami ndĩmũrie gĩtũmi kĩa ngũrugĩre ndĩmũrie gĩtũmi kĩa ngũhatĩre iria ciana iria ingĩ ireka mathabu kahora mwarimũ nĩ woka mũno slow down teacher you have come too much turekera thine ngwĩte mwarimũ na twakinya gwaku ngũnanie ndari ndeto icio nĩ ikwario nĩ athuri atatũ kabathiĩ ngarĩme ndigane nakĩo kahora mwarimũ kahora mwarimũ slow down teacher you have come too much kigeranio gĩokai unjĩraga atĩ ndige gwĩthikĩra nĩwe mũtemi turangiva yoka niĩ ngarora nakũ mũtemi wa thano ti wa themithũ kahora mwarimũ nĩ woka mũno kahora mwarimũ slow down teacher you have come too much kigeranio kioima mũceneneko ndari ya salimu nĩona mbemwe ini sori mũno mũirĩtu nĩkũhendĩti njũke na ndiokire ndĩrerirwo nĩ warakarire mũno thondeka mũthenya ũngĩ nĩngoka nĩngageria mũno na ndigatĩra yiningoka ingie kerekane yiningoka ingie muthenya ũcio waigĩte njũke kangemie nĩnderire mũtumia nĩngumagara ndehumba igoti nake akĩgĩa na njikaĩ ondoiga nyume akarehe ngano ondoiga nyume we abotiga ondoiga nyume we abokio we gugetuka matata yete ati gugetuka ma ondira uretse thimo uroiga ndũkũmĩo ya nĩgũtũrĩka na njĩra korwo nĩvyo ngekire atĩa mũtumia hingĩte
his page on Facebook, Mike the DJ Kenya.
Ustake mtoto wa dandu jina kubwa, najulikana kama Nyerere, milele na milele ulimwenguni kote. Nikifa leo ama kesho, ni wengi watalia kusikitika, mtoto katutoka, jina litabaki tena kwa haki kwenye makumbusho na vitabu vya kumbukumbu. Maswali mengi bila kupata majibu, walinisema sana bila aibu, kweli si uongo, kubeba jina mtoto wa dandu si kazi ndogo, mwana tope. Hasira za nini wewe Bwana, wataka kuniua bure Bwana, yule si wako nami si wangu, chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe, nasema sina makosa, wataka kuniua bure, sina makosa wewe, kwa nini wataka mimi nife, sina makosa, wataka kuniua bure, sina makosa wewe Bwana. Kanda ya Ziwa Mwanza, Kishimba International Traders, Jumanne Kishimba, wakumuka mpaka Ulaya. Here we go once again, dancing with the melody. You wanna kiss me? Run, come follow me. I'll be right here in Africa, yeah, Mandela. Monica and Angela, cut me on my cellar. Don't even wonder how will I be. Girls, they choose me, claiming that I'm a cutie. The end of 90s into the millennium. Toto wa dandu, I'm still rocking the tops. Yeah, yeah, mimi na mimi ni yeah, yeah. Wenye kusema watasema. Mtoto wa dandu, siku hizi uko wapi? Niko Arusha na Fadhili Matambi. Hasira za nini wewe Bwana, wataka kuniua bure Bwana, yule si wako nami si wangu, chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe, nasema sina makosa, wataka kuniua bure, sina makosa wewe, kwa nini wataka mimi nife, sina makosa, wataka kuniua bure, sina makosa wewe Bwana. It's like that, yo. It's like summer. It's like that, yo. It's like summer. Watu wa mtoto wa dandu Manzese, nani zaidi kati ya Yanga na Simba? Mbuguni, Mererani, Arusha, Bwana Fadhili Matambi na Amina Sadik. Mrs. Fadhili Matambi, mpira wa mtoto wa kiume, Fadhili Junior.
Manulima kutumbola ngai te. Elekaka nango le grand ninja. Angayo ngayo ngayo, angayo ngayo mawa, angayo ngayo ngayo, angayo ngayo mawa. Yaja boinga tinateo, nasengi e paratwe, nazangi sutena vina ngaye, o abondelela ngayo. Mobile boinga na se andoto, aloti nazweli embanga. Natonga la mukiole tunanga, akamati decision. Angayo ngayo ngayo, angayo ngayo mawa, angayo ngayo ngayo, angayo ngayo mawa. Yasha boinga tinateo, nasengi e palado, nazangi sutena vina ngai po abonele langa mobala boyenga na se ya ndoto aloti nazweli ye manda natonga la muki wali atuna ngai akamati decision mobali na ngai baboyaka moninga poeti. Est-ce que vous réfléchissez? Mais ngai moyena boya te ata toke na tribunal na koyebi sauve juge wana moyena boya te nalula yo fu bato bayekotuna nga likambo nazali se kolelalela mawa nazangi liloba ya kozongisela bango posomo elekaki ngai batunaka biso bato makila mabe tosala nini ye balingaka topema te. Nafandaka loboko na litama nakomitunaka mawa eza makambo liwa ya kala ezalaki eloko ya mawa lelo ekoma liseki esika ya barandevous esika mabale esalamaka esika ya matongi mawa ozali buma ya Jean balingaka moto ndenge nini papa nga moto nakoma moyena bengo papa na to sheri nakokaka te nakoma kobenga yo ya Jean na mitia na kati ya fami na yo na mikotisa ya Jean ya za kosilika boye te bobebi na bino di Franco ayebisaka nga makambo ezali minene nayemba na poete lutumba simaro ayebisaki nga melesi bapesaka na mbwa
This is Rumba's finest, Mike the DJ, every Saturday on Radio Citizen from
9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Franco,
This is Rumba's finest, Mike the DJ. Every Saturday on Radio Citizen from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Follow him on Twitter at Mike the DJ 81 and like his page on Facebook, Mike the DJ Kenya.
Radio Citizen, radio number one.
This is Rumba's finest, Mike the DJ. Follow him on Twitter at Mike the DJ 81. Like his page on Facebook, Mike the DJ Kenya. Radio Citizen, radio number one.
mokili okoki kobala ndeko na yo te moto mosusu akouta mosika akobala ndeko na yo mpo na nini motungisi na mabala o nzambe aloba na mokili bala osala ya yo fami ndeko na yo ya mwasi akobala akosala ya ye fami tolingila mpe ezala na famiye bandeko ya basi yoyoyoyo balingaka basa bandeko ya mibali te mpona ninyo yoyoyo bandeko ya basi yoyoyoyo balingaka basa bandeko ya mibali te mpona ninyo yoyoyo nalembi ye yoyoyo oh ah ngai nabaye oh yoyoyo oh mpona nini kaka ngai likambo ya motindo boye ngai nabaye oh yoyoyo oh ah ngai nalembi ye yoyoyo oh mpona nini kaka ngai bandeko ya basi yoyoyo balingaka basi bandeko ya mibali te mpona ninyo yoyoyo bandeko ya basi yoyoyo balingaka basi bandeko ya mibali te mpona ninyo yoyoyo bandeko ya basi yoyoyo balingaka basi bandeko ya mibali te mpona ninyo yoyoyo
This is Rumba's finest, Mike the DJ.
Radio Citizen, radio number one.
I want to stay with me. Every day you love someone, something wrong to you. I don't know what I'm going to do. My heart, I want to cry for my lovely Elizabeth. Some people they want to ask me for you, my love. I'm crazy about that love. I believe you on the phone. Many years I like to see you. Every day you run from me. I don't know what I'm going to do. My head, I want to cry for my sweet Elizabeth. I say Elizabeth, but why you go? I say sweet Elizabeth, but where you go? Come back, you love me. Many years I love you. Many years you love me. Elizabeth, what happened? You know that
This is Rumba's finest, Mike the DJ, every Saturday on Radio Citizen from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Follow him on Twitter at Mike the DJ 81 and like his page on Facebook, Mike the DJ Kenya.
Radio Citizen, radio number one.
This is Rumba's finest, Mike the DJ, every Saturday on Radio Citizen from 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. Follow him on Twitter at Mike the DJ 81 and like his page on Facebook, Mike the DJ Kenya.
Radio Citizen, radio number 1.
This is Rumba's finest, Mike the DJ.
Atangi liputa na kingo, liputa ya pembe. Azali koluganga, pote tobuna. Yana azali mwana azali mama. Kemiye, ibale koti bonganga. Kemiye, ibale koti bonyoki, kemiye. Sima mwa mikolo na eko ematina. Mobali na yo ya kala alobi bakokisa embongo na ye. Kemiye, yo dimini kambo oyo. Tobalani na kati ya karte na biso baninga. Maboti babandi, losiki ya temoin. Kemiye, bakatinga mokongo ye. Kemiye, babetinga matane elobi o kemiye. Mosika azali kobanga na kati ya mikili ya poto okake beti. Kemiye, yokole bilanga ye. Kemiye, libale koti bondoki kokemiye. Naloti mama na yo azali kongala. Atangi liputa na kingo, liputa ya pembe. Azali koluganga, pote tobuna. Yana azali mwana azali mama kemiye. Kemiye, libale koti bonganga. Kemiye, libale koti bondoki kokemiye. Sima mwa bikolo na eko ebatina. Mobali na yo atala alobi bakokisa embongo na ye. Kemiye, yo dimini kambo oyo. Kemani
Ibeba, boye tokomi ezongo boye nasili batouche potengala likanza yo mingi nakomi kobeta batu komatina kartier na bino bamasta kartier bakomi kotomoma na masolo soki naleki ye balobaka naleki ye ritabola mawa aleki ye aleki mawa akebota la champi nabaye pourkoi nasola yaka nakutaka nga kaka ye champi nonala balobi ntana ntingama yo mpona mbongo balobi ntana ntingama yo mpona mbongo champi loba elongoli nango sosolanga kona esufeni kolia yakase ngai moko kolata mpe na kakase ngai moko soki jipe mingi atela masta towela sone naningo nsusu ozokisi motema ngai mama ponini popebisi nzoto mpona maloba ya kinshasa change motale mpona songisongi ya kiningo oyo tolino fernando nabelmisaka irano sedenti salama mana velundo jamanu mulangala asina holandaise champi mongala mwana mabe yomatolakisa ndike bolingo neninga na esama molingo nalinga nesalite jacques mengi de london ritamala mwana mabe obebisi bolingo ominga na ndasimoye kosimolanga mpoma ema senye motema ya kapol washington ekapei obebisi bolingo ekomi lokola seri ya likelike na tete nganamyo awana ngai moko nganamyo kolela ya borliko na tierikola kafele amina de janto bienvenue à Mama Joyce, au baby Sibolimo, et comme il a collé de voya ma colonie mana vite. Bilimana maseke sanga balele ni popo. Ya leli,
This is Rumba's finest, Mike the DJ, every Saturday on Radio Citizen from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Radio Citizen, radio number one.
Sawela.
How are you? Happy to see you.
How are you?
Fine.
A baby is relative.
Oh, she has said.
We already have it. You are fine?
Pardon?
A baby is relative. My teacher came.
Thank you. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
I'm happy to see you.
Good to see you. Natafuta sima ndio nimekuja karibu.
Be able to meet here this morning, and as HR practitioners, Lord, because the kind of job we do on a day-to-day basis touches human beings. How we pray, Lord, that as we start this program in the next 3 days or so, that you will touch us, and whatever we do, Lord, will be through your wisdom and guidance from time to time. Bless us now, dear Lord, and hasten the feet of our brothers and sisters who are planning to be here with us. And more importantly, dear Lord, is just to thank you so much for the journey mercies. Bless us as we stay here in Naivasha, and remember our families back home. Be with us now and forevermore is our humble prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, amen.
Thank you. The chief guest, Mr. Olin Tutu, our national chair, IHRM, Mr. Joseph Onyango, the acting ED of IHRM, Madam Kimasha, all the board members of IHRM, HRM PEP, all the visitors, and all the stakeholders, you're all welcome. Thank you. So I want to give a presentation. My name is Dr. Douglas Ogola. I'm the CEO of Human Resource Management Professional Examinations Board. So I want to give a presentation on our strategic plan for the year 2020-2025. Move to the next slide. Yeah, our strategic plan for the year 2020-2025 is based on the premise that what is not planned, measured, and timed will never be accomplished. We move ahead. Let's go back briefly. I want to give some brief background of this strategic plan. The launching of HRM strategic plan is an important landmark for the HRM board. This 2020-2025 strategic plan will provide a strong foundation for the delivery of HRM strategic objectives. The strategic plan articulates the board's vision, mission, core values, and strategic objectives. It outlines the strategies and activities to be implemented that will enhance service delivery capacity for HRM over the next 5 years. The need for HRM strategic plan. Our strategic plan was informed by lessons learned from operations without strategic plan for the last 3 years. There was lack of a clear focus on strategic objectives. Thanks to current chairman of IHRM Council, Mr. Joseph Onyango, who established HRM board and gave HRM a lifeline for its long-term focus. Then there's the vision and focused HRM board members, who led by the chairperson, CS Sharon Kisire, who will be with us shortly, Professor Hazel Gachunga, Mr. Adam Mohammed, Nicholas Kanisa, Jacob Omulo, Samuel Kaumba, and Emmanuel Mulwa. Then we have the management and board understanding of the status of our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats we are facing. Even the personal, the political environment, social, technological, legal issues. We also identify the implementation of 2020-2025 strategic plan to be a successful venture. Continue. Yeah, the strategic plan of 2020-25 considers our key stakeholders who have been and will be instrumental in the implementation of this strategic plan. The board recognizes that successful implementation of this strategic plan will require working with its key stakeholders. One, we have the government and various ministries like we have the Public Service Commission, we have mother, IHRM, training institutions like College of Human Resource Management, we have learners, we have HR practitioners, that is all of you here. We also have various examinations body, local and abroad, like CASNEB, NEC. We also have various regulatory authority, like Kenya National Qualifications Authority, TVET, and others. These are very key important stakeholders to us in the development and implementation of the strategic plan. Yeah, we need to understand the HRM-PEP journey as an examinations body. HRM-PEP started, or the idea of HRM-PEP was conceived in the year 2012 as a result of the enactment of the Human Resource Management Professional Act of 2012, that was number 52. So this act identified certain functions to be implemented by HRM-PEP. One, to prescribe and regulate syllabuses for instruction for human resource management professional examinations, to conduct examinations for HR professionals, to make rules with respect to the examinations, to issue certificates to candidates who have satisfied examinations requirements, and to promote recognition of its examinations locally and internationally. We have strategic direction, which informs this strategic plan. First, we have the vision statement, which is ethical, people-centric human resource professionals. Then we have our mission statement to develop and review curriculum, examine and certify human resource professionals. Our core mandate is to develop and prescribe human resource curricula, manage professional examinations, and certify qualified candidates. We also have the core values, which are instrumental in the implementation of our strategic plan. We uphold professionalism, innovativeness, ethics, customer focus, excellence, and our motto is enhancing HR competency. Yeah. HRM-PEP is examinations. We need to understand briefly the history of HRM-PEP examinations. First, HRM-PEP conducted its first examinations in July 2017. Then HRM-PEP has been successful in conducting 6 examination series in the year 2017, 2018, and 2019. But it's important to note that due to COVID-19 challenges, HRM-PEP will conduct its examinations for 2020 in December 2020. Yeah, still on the background of HRM-PEP strategic plan, the HRM-PEP strategic plan focuses on the board's vision and mandate, growth and expansion of its products and services, efficiency and improvement of standards of examinations, adding value to customers and stakeholders, changes in the profession, the HR profession. There are quite a number of changes taking place in the HR profession. Even currently, we are trying to address the issue of a new curriculum to ensure that we incorporate some of those changes which are taking place. And even the environment, there are also quite a number of changes in the environment and even the reality of COVID-19 pandemic. So our strategic plan is driven by the vision, ethical, people-centric, human resource professionals. Continue. Yeah. There are also certain sub-goals and the desired approaches which have been put together to achieve this strategic plan. We have identified various revenue streams to implement the plan. And this plan will also be implemented on monitored on quarterly and annual basis as far as evaluation is concerned. It also recognizes the role played by IHRM board in nurturing HRM-PEP and overseeing its initial operations. It identifies weaknesses and threats affecting the board and even the mitigating strategies. It has identified various trends and opportunities and strategies for mitigating them. Continue. What's the rationale for the strategic plan for HRM-PEP? Develop a supportive institutional framework expand and improve on the physical and human resources of the board, adopt modern information communication technology in its examination management as well as operations, ensure financial sustainability, deliver efficient and effective examinations, accreditation of training institutions, foster productive relationship between the board and its stakeholders, enhance teamwork, motivation and innovation, resource mobilization and stakeholder support, and also stimulate forward thinking and establish future direction for the board. There are some guiding principles for this strategic plan. One, we have the board's vision, mission, and values. We have also key priority or strategic objectives. We have environmental factors, which are in the form of SWOT analysis affecting the board's operations. I will explain further. We also have the board's stakeholders and the determination of their continued influence on the operations of the board. There are 7 key pillars of HRM strategic plan. One is the priority objective, which is best practice corporate governance. We aim to put in place best practice corporate governance, which will guide the implementation of this strategic plan. Then we have curriculum development, as I've already mentioned. This is very important to us because curriculum must be revised and reviewed from time to time to make it more relevant to the market needs. We also have customer focus. We are so much interested in the needs of our customers, our students, and our stakeholders, so that we provide you with examinations which are very relevant and even curriculum which meets your needs. And even examinations, regulations, and certification. We want to ensure that we conduct very high quality examinations, as we also try to benchmark with so many other examinations bodies locally and abroad. And accreditation, we are trying to accredit so many training institutions to help HRM offer its curriculum. And institutional capacity development and sustainability. Currently, HRM board is involved in a lot of work in institutional capacity development, including ensuring that the relevant policy documents in place to implement the strategic plan. Then we have recognition of CHRP locally and internationally. CHRP is not just to be implemented here in Kenya. If it were not for COVID, we would be in so many other countries according to the initial plan, but our plan still stands, and driven by this strategic plan, we are planning to move outside the boundaries of this country, to go to Rwanda and other countries in Africa. So these are the key pillars. Let us also understand briefly the SWOT of HRM. We have our key strengths. We have visionary leadership and focused board who are very instrumental in steering this organization and even this strategic plan. We also have a very strong management team. We have existence of a legal framework which created HRM. We also have approved structures. We have also approved examinations and HR policy documents. So these are our key strengths which will guide us in implementation of this plan. Then we also have certain weaknesses which we cannot ignore. Financial constraints are there. This is a young organization which is coming up, and even also looking at the issues of the fact that we are still very small, we are inadequately staffed, but all these will be able to overcome with the help of this strategic plan. Then we have a lot of opportunities. HRM is the only HR examinations and certification body in Kenya and Africa. So the board can leverage on this. We also have recognition by the government. So this provides us with the opportunity to expand locally and abroad, because we are recognized by the government of Kenya. Then we have a high demand for CHRP professionals locally and abroad. And then we have threats, COVID-19 and resultant effect on loss of jobs, declining economy, reduced students enrollment. This COVID has really made life quite difficult for HRM, but I believe we'll be able to overcome using certain strategies. So monitoring and evaluation of our strategic plan. So the success of HRM will depend on monitoring and evaluation of output and activities. Feedback mechanisms on ongoing basis will be very key to us even information on performance targets, clear definition of action plans in defined time frame, linking monitoring and evaluation to performance management and even staff appraisal. We'll also require implementation committee to monitor activities, output, and outcomes. And then corrective actions will be implemented based on the feedback obtained to overcome some of those gaps. So we'll be undertaking monitoring and evaluation from time to time of this strategic plan. Continue. In my conclusion, I want to state that HRM-PEB Strategic Plan 2020 to 2025 will help to raise the profile of the board to be a model examination board in order to achieve the HRM-PEB vision, ethical, people-centric human resource professionals. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gola. Let's appreciate him once more. Today I'm wearing many hats, so we could have the IHRM presentation coming to your screens. I hope when you were registering, you received a summary of the SP for IHRM 2020-2023. Do you have a copy? Yes, it should give you just the highlights of what the strategic plan is about. The soft copy of the same document will also be available and will be shared with members after the official launch. And of course, we have a number of hard copies with us this morning. So mine will be very brief, Chief Guest and Chair, and all protocols observed. The theme of the IHRM Strategic Plan 2020-2023 is transformation of the Institute to better serve members, professional, and welfare needs. We can move to the next slide. This is the theme that is captured and is guiding the various strategic objectives that we will find in the IHRM Strategic Plan 2020-2023. Next slide, please. In the popular version, you will see we have our National Council, who has been very strategic in the development of this strategic plan. They have evaluated it and reevaluated it, and today we are confident of the document that we are bringing to you. The Institute of Human Resource Management, we already know who we are, but allow me to just quickly go through it. We are a statutory professional body established under an Act of Parliament, the Human Resource Management Professionals Act, number 52 of 2012. Our vision, if you're keen, you will note that the HRM-PEB vision is also similar to the IHRM vision. This is guided by the vision of the Council and also the Board of HRM-PEB, that we all move in the same direction because we are serving the same membership. And so our vision is the same, our mission is a bit different. So the vision is ethical, people-centric HR professionals. That is what we seek to achieve as IHRM and our affiliates. Our mission is to regulate and promote the practice of human resource profession. Next slide, please. Our mandate as the Institute, one is to regulate the practice, competence, and professional conduct of HR professionals. Two is to register persons who meet the required professional and ethical standards. Three is to promote, protect the welfare and interests of HR professionals and the HR profession in large, and engage in public policy formulation and advisory to the government on HR management and labor policy issues. Next slide. Yes, keep going. Our core values, as captured in the SP 2020-2023, professionalism, integrity, innovation, customer focus, and excellence. And our credo is transformed, connected, and impactful. In our SP as IHRM, you will see how the interconnectivity between the HRM-PEB, CHRM, and IHRM. And we have a new baby in town now, as you will find the details in the SP. We are calling it HRMCS, Human Resource Management Consultancy Services. Our national chair is very passionate about it. I'm sure he will speak a little more about it, but really is to capture the consultancy elements within our market, especially as HR professionals, and to see how we consolidate to not only influence what happens in the market, but also for business, because we have members here who are practicing as consultants. So we will share the details of how we are rolling out that new baby. So we have the separation of mandate and the interdependence of the affiliates. We have the shared and overlapping mandate of IHRM, HRM-PEB, CHRM, and HRM-CS. And IHRM is in the middle of that and is a glue that holds everything together. And we have the shared vision, as indicated earlier, the vision that we have all ethical, people-centric, and HR professionals being the foundation of these institutions. And we have the different institutions which all report to the IHRM Council at the top. Next slide, please. So the structure of our SP 2020-2023, we have about 6 chapters. If I'm not wrong, yes, we have 6 chapters. Chapter 1 is dedicated to the introduction of the strategic plan 2020-2023. This chapter delves into the rationale, process, methodology, and the legal context for developing the plan. This is a second plan under the new the HRMP Act. We had the 2016-2020 strategic plan. This is the second one. Chapter 2 focuses on the linkages of this plan with other national and international frameworks. This chapter explores linkages with Vision 2030, the Big Four Agenda, Sustainable Development Goals, MTP3, and National Fight Against Corruption. Chapter 3 entails the situational analysis. The chapter provides SWOT, the PESTEL, the AVAC analysis using the S3PE framework, and stakeholder analysis in the institute. We have very detailed tables within the SP, which we will share with you. The chapter further discusses the achievement, gap analysis, stakeholder analysis, and the challenges and lessons learned during the previous strategic plan period of 2016-2020. Next slide. We have chapter 4, gives the strategies for transformation of the institute, delivery of services, key result areas, strategic issues, strategic objectives, strategies and activities. We have chapter 5, which covers the institutional framework for the implementation and coordination of this strategic plan. It provides the new structure for effective implementation of the plan, which is provided in your summary, the popular version of the SP that you have. It provides the new structure for effective implementation of the plan. The new structure also outlines the flagship projects that the Institute will implement during the period of the plan. We have chapter 6, which provides the monitoring and evaluation framework and identifies key technical and support services, indicators that will be monitored. Next slide, please. We have the key result areas. It can be quite extensive, but we have just captured the strategic objectives under each key result areas. We have 5 key result areas, one being strengthening member services. Under that, we seek to improve registration processes for enhanced member experience, to empower branch network for efficient service delivery, provision of quality and accessible CPD programs to promote professionalism, to promote compliance with the HRMP Act of 2012, to enhance professional and ethical conduct, and the last one under the first key result area is sensitization of HR standards to enhance consistency in HR practice. The second key result area, enhancing member welfare. 1, to establish an association to promote member welfare. At the moment, the Institute or the Council has a dual mandate of welfare and regulation. The Council seeks to separate that in this SP. To revamp the benevolence fund, to support members financially, and to promote Huduma HR SACCO operations to enhance quality of life. Tomorrow we will have an opportunity to share a little more about the Huduma HR SACCO as well. The third key result area, operationalize human resource management consultancy services. We are calling it HRMCS. 1, engage in public policy formulation and advisory on best HR practice. To develop and publish HR standards to enhance professional practice. To conduct research, publish and engage in consultancy, and to support the growth of the public and private sector. And finally, to establish a broadcasting station to operate studios and facilities that deliver audiovisual content to the public. Next. The fourth one, institutional sustainability and growth. We have to diversify revenue streams to enhance resource mobilization, engage the ministry in charge of human resource management for funding, to strengthen capacity for competitiveness, and leverage on ICT to enable business reengineering. And the last key resort area is linkages and stakeholder engagement. The activities under these are quite extensive, but the objectives are to develop, review, and influence legislation touching on HR for clarity. If you remember, we are currently in the process of amending our HRMP Act. We had a task force that collected views and feedback from members. That has been collated, and we are now at the drafting stage, and Council is well abreast on the processes of that. And collaborate with relevant stakeholders to leverage on individual strengths. So thank you very much. Those are just the highlights of the IHRM Strategic Plan 2020-2023. We have a popular version that we have shared with you, and we will also share the soft copy version after this event. So thank you very much. Asanteni. Yes, and now it is my duty and pleasure to invite our the chair of HRMPEB. Is Madam Sharon joining us? Yes, Madam Sharon is not being late on purpose. She had excused herself because she also had an engagement this morning, and we are happy that she's able to join us. So join me in welcoming Madam Sharon Kisire, the chairperson HRMPEB.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Irene, for just mentioning that. The National Chair, Mr. Joseph Onyango, our Chief Guest, the Chief Administrative Secretary, Mr. Olentutu, all the guests invited, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me a lot of pleasure to stand here this morning to speak a little bit about HRMPEB, and especially with regard to the strategic plan that we are launching today. Chief Guest, we are elated as a board at today's ceremony, given the fact that this is our first strategic plan as HRMPEB. One of the key considerations that is made when developing a strategic plan is to ensure that it meets such societal needs. In the development of our first ever strategic plan, we took this into consideration. Our strategic plan therefore speaks to the needs of HR professionals, not only in our country, but globally. Our strategic plan is both inward and outward. Inward because we intend to ensure that all policies and structures are put in place to facilitate first-class service delivery. We take cognizance of the fact that to win in the marketplace, we must first win in the workplace. And therefore, what have we done? Our staff will go through a culture change to translate the board into a high-performing institution. Outward, in building our brand and delivering the very best HR examinations of international standards. Winston Churchill advised that however beautiful a strategy is, you must occasionally look at the results. Our strategic plan has embedded a robust monitoring and evaluation process that will continually point us to our performance and our results. Chief Guest, from the leadership perspective, there is a board now that is running HRMPEB, which I have the honor and the privilege to chair, and it is focused on serving with integrity, with diligence, and with dedication. In under 1 year, Chief Guest, the board has made such great strides in the refining and the restructuring of the board to be an effective examinations body. One of our key deliverables is the strategic plan that we are launching today. And let me at this point just request the board members who are present to just stand so we can appreciate them. Board members, HRMPEB. And we have 2 of them who are seated there. Kindly appreciate them for all the work that they have done. Greatness is not where we stand, but the direction to which we are heading. Our strategic plan has clearly set out our journey for us as a board. Our journey to greatness, not so much as individuals, but as an examinations body, as an institution producing professionals ready to make a difference in the marketplace. So we are really excited as a board that we are launching our strategic plan that clearly indicates for us what we intend to do, how we will do it, when we will do it, and the outputs that we expect from it. So Chief Guest, mine is just very short, but in conclusion, I want to say that as we launch this strategic plan, we are fully aware that on our own, we will not be successful. And therefore, in line with our national anthem, we invite God of all creation to work with us and to bless this strategic plan and our institution. God bless you. I'm still learning on the protocols. So it is now my honor and pleasure to invite the National Chair, Mr. Joseph Onyango, to give his address. Karibu.
Our chief guest is Patrick Olentutu, Chief Administrative Secretary, Ministry of Labor and Social Protection, members of the Council, IHRM Council, members of the HRM PEP Board, members of the College Board, members of the Institute, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Good morning again. Good morning. Today people feel so cold. Why? It's very cold here. It is. Some coffee or tea or energizer will do. There's some oomph missing. Which one is that? All right. I also take this opportunity, and I want to start by thanking very much Dr. Sharon Kisire, who was just here, the chairperson of the HRM PEP Board, and want to start chief guest by introducing the members of the council and members of the college board who are here, since the members of the HRM PEP has already been introduced by the chairperson. Are there members of the college board, CHRM? Principal? Did she come? No, she's coming tomorrow. Ah, there is. Where is she? Principal, is that you? I can't see you from there. Come to the front. I think it's very, can we clap?
And last but not least, we have Mr. Mohammed Abdi. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Those are the people who have worked. You saw for the first time ever, all CHRP finalists have their certificates, isn't it? Wasn't that a great job? And we thank you very much for that, amongst other achievements. Secondly, chief guest and members of the Institute, I'd once again introduce to you the probably now familiar faces of the IHRM Council members. I'll start with the Vice Chair. Vice Chair. Mr. Stephen Malakwen, representing Rift Valley region. Karibu sana. Clap for him, kidogo. Then we have Madam Catherine Mwangi, council member, representing Nairobi, Wycliffe, you need to help me, Nairobi, Central, and Northeastern, based in Central. She's new, I think. Is it your first time for this conference? Yes. So better clap for her. Thank you. And then we have Mr. Abdisalam, representing Nairobi, Central, and Northeastern as well. We have Madam Patricia Okelo, representing Nyanza and Western. Thank you very much. We have Madam Helen Apio, representing PS Ministry of Labor. Asante sana. We have Dr. Bijiwe in absentia, representing PS Ministry of Public Service and Gender. And I don't want to fail to introduce Wycliffe Osoro, who was a former member of the council, so we thought it wise to invite him here. He was also representing Nairobi, Central Rift Valley, and as you all may know, that that slot is vacant for now, and we are in the process of filling it. Is there anybody I've not introduced? All right. I think I've introduced all the people. Members of the Institute, it's really my pleasure indeed today. And I'm very, very delighted in the launch of this strategic plan. We have come a long way, as you all know, in terms of structures and developing a clear plan in the way and how we are going to be focused in terms of how we are going to move forward. So today, it is really a blueprint that will lead us into the future. And we've done quite a bit. We have gone round, we got your views, you remember. We went round each and every region, each and every branch to solicit your views so that they can be incorporated in this plan. And we are very happy and glad that you gave us your views and your participation. And right now, this is already in these documents that we are presenting to you. We shall also be presenting the strategic plan for the College of Human Resource Management, and I believe this then will complete the entire circle, like has been articulated by Madam Irene on the strategic plan for IHRM, which is actually symbolically where housing all these 3 or 4 organs that we have. Our chief guests, today is not my day for giving the speech, but I'll be very brief in highlighting some of the things that I thought it was really, really quite important for all our membership to get to know and yourself. The journey to where we have reached today has, of course, not been quite easy. Our chief guest, I'd like to just inform you that we are the second largest and biggest professional body in this country, with 14,000 strong members. We believe that we have a lot to offer in the development of this country. And it is for this reason that we are really, really delighted that you saw it was really quite important that you come here personally to officiate and launch this strategic plan. As we have said, number one is that we decided as a family of the college, HRM PEP, as well as the HRM, that we are going to have a common vision, because all that we look at, all that we want to develop is that human resource professional. And it is for that reason that we say that we envision to have ethical and professional human resource practitioners. That for us is very key. I shared some time back that a young man who was looking for the best career at one point asked an old wise man that, you know, now I'm getting divergent views and I'm not very clear on which career that I would want to choose to enable me succeed and be successful in my life. What did the old man tell the young man? What is the best career today or a career for the future? Which one? HR professionals. Which is the best career? What would you advise a young man coming to you, asking you that I want to do something to better me and better the society? Some say HR, others, engineers. Pardon? Fashion and design. Passion for which career? All right, divided opinions. But this is what the old man said, that the best career and the best thing to do for you to be successful and meaningful to this world is just one, is to be a good human being. Simple. The moment you are ethical and professional, you don't need anything else. Whatever career you are in, then you are succeeding. I think some of the reasons why, even as a country, as a continent, we are where we are, it is because we are not good human beings. And what does a good human being mean? HR professionals, I'd like you to take this message to your employees and everybody else, that it simply means be ethical, be professional, especially for those who are in the various professions. Then you will be a good. So that vision really holds so much. And there's a whole world of virtues that we can enumerate as a result of that. How to conduct and grow people to become good human beings, you won't have to struggle as HR professionals. And for that reason, we chose on that vision our chief guest to be ethical and professional human resource practitioners. That's all we need. There's a lot to be done for us to reach there. We have to ensure certain things that are done. And these are the things that have now been enumerated in this strategic plan. Number one, as I think Irina said, and I don't want to repeat all that, the regulatory function of IHRM. Waziri, we are struggling, we're already looking ahead, and we are saying that as HR professionals, we would like our regulatory function, which is so key, because IHRM is doing this on behalf of government, that that function be separated from welfare functions of the profession. And it is for that reason that we believe and feel that, like all the other professions which came before us that are regulated, should actually be funded by government. So that arm of regulation is key, and that is one of the things that we are driving very fast on this strategic plan. Second, members, is about the setting of HR standards. That we are currently working very closely, and Dr. Dombi is representing us in Kenya, in KEBS, which is the organ responsible for setting of standards. We said that standards keep changing all the time, but we need to start off at some place where it is all well known that these are the standards for HR. For you to do the various acts, a recruitment of the CEO, a recruitment of an officer, there are certain standards, there are certain measures, there are certain periods that you have to give your employers, for example. I know some of you are very stressed because you tell your CEOs and bosses that, sorry, we cannot recruit for this position in 3 weeks because I'll need a little bit of time. And he tells you, HR manager, HR director, staki kusikia hiyo. I want that person here in 14 days or in 21 days, isn't it? You need to have a reference guide on issues of remuneration, on issues learning, on issues of growth, on issues of separation, grievance handling, all those. And those are the standards that we seek to set. On HR policy advisory, this is really high level, and we have participated in quite a number of these, but we are not doing very well. Today, our chief guest, I was making contribution just this morning and writing notes on what do we as professionals, HR professionals, think about the report that was unveiled yesterday on the BBI. And once again, I know you gave your contribution, which we forwarded to the team, but once again, now that the BBI report is out, and it affects us, all of us, we still need to go back, and you will be seeing us participating, and we can only participate once we get your valued contribution to that report. So once again, I said today is our first day. It's a very good coincidence that it is the first day we are meeting after the launch of the report. And this is a document that will affect all of us. So it is very, very important that we influence policy. Chief guest, I know you are in high positions where you can make impact, and I do not want to forget this request. The request on behalf of HR professionals is that the BBI report needs to be further re-evaluated, especially by professionals. And of course, there are calls from different bodies that there should be formed a technical committee, a lean, small technical committee to actually work out on the nitty-gritties of the report. And our request and what we want to ask of you as you go back to tell Waziri in matters of labor is that IHRM should be considered to be part of that technical team that will look at those issues, because I think we have a lot of value to add. Last but not least are the issues of the registration of HR professionals. Asante sana. That yes, we say we are 14,000 strong, but we are not 14,000 registered members. So once again, this is a continued effort. We are going to continue to have various innovative measures to ensure that our members and this institute grow in terms of numbers. And I think the committee responsible for membership has already started doing quite a bit. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we have done well. You have seen all the things that, the contributions that we made. And during this forum, because it is our first forum that we are having after the COVID-19, and you've turned down in big numbers, I'd want to appreciate you for the contributions that you made towards the COVID-19 pandemic. You remember the Institute donated PPE equipments to the kitty, and we printed masks. We went to the regions, you made various contributions. We had serious talks. Some of you participated in these talks by way of implementing what the moderators were saying, by way of actually moderating and sharing information on COVID-19 and how to handle our workplaces. And I believe that for all of us, especially the members who've been participating in our webinars and conferences, none of you went back to your working place and continued as you were before, isn't it? The Ministry of Labor, I know, is working on serious labor issues, especially on migration issues. And Waziri, I'd like also to thank the ministry on the digitalization program that you are doing. And that has been a key topic for us in the last 2-3 years on how we want to be efficient by digitalizing our workplaces. So with those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite our chief guest, who is the Cabinet, the Chief Administrative Secretary for Labor and Social Protection, and following the recent appointment in January 2020. I would like to give a brief bio of our chief guests. Our chief guest, who is personally known to me and a friend of mine because we worked together while he was in the Ministry of Interior and in the Public Service Commission. Served also as Chief Administrative Secretary in the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government. Mr. Olentutu holds a Master's in Business Administration, Finance Option, and a Bachelor's in Business Administration from the University of Roosevelt, Chicago, in the US. Mr. Olentutu has proven skills and knowledge in institutional management and includes program design, implementation, and control, project finance and administration, funds allocation management, project cycle management, and resource management with over 8 or more than 8 years working experience in the civil service. He has also represented Narok West in Parliament. You know, he is Mheshimiwa, Honorable Olentutu, between 2013 and 2017, where he served as the Member of Parliament. While in Parliament, some of you will remember, he was involved in investigation, inquiry into the reporting on all matters related to coordination, control, and monitoring of the national budget, discussing and reviewing financial estimates, and making recommendations to the House, and examining budget policy statement presented to the House, and also bills related to the national budget, including the appropriation bill. Waziri, this is what I've read, but this is not what I know of you, because what I know of you is that you are a very good mediator. When we have conflict, how many of us are in the mediation? HR professionals. Mediation? Thank you very much. If you want any reference, and this is really practical mediation. Anytime we have conflict, and I remember very well, there was a very hot conflict in State House, and you gave wise counsel. And that is what I thought I would read, but I've read that you are a finance person, so I'm a bit surprised that you actually do that. And I think as professionals, in the future, what we are seeing is that the area of mediation and conflict resolution, that is very key for human resource practitioners. And I thank you very much for agreeing to come here. And with those few remarks, can we all rise up on our feet, do a hearty clap as we invite our chief guest, Honorable Olentutu. Karibu sana. Watu wa HR, mna clap mpaka anze kuongea.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Thank you for that very important introduction by Mr. Onyango, a very good friend of mine. Chairperson of the Institute of Human Resource Management, Mr. Joseph Onyango, Chairperson of the Human Resource Management Professional Examination Board, Mrs. Sharon Kisere, Honorable Council members of the Institute and the Professional Examination Board members, distinguished members of the Human Resource Management profession, a representative from other professional societies, members of the Fourth Estate who have joined us here today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Or is it morning? How is everybody doing? Well, you know, I can't even see your faces, so I hope you are happy. It is my pleasure to be here with you today during the official launch of the strategic management plans of both the Institute of Human Resource Management and the Human Resource Management Professionals Board, planned for the 2020-2023 period. This, I am informed, is the second strategic plan prepared since enactment of the Human Resource Management Professional Act. On this account, I wish to commend the leadership of the Institute and for good governance within the professional society. This launch is a mark of a professionalism in the conduct of the affairs of the Institute, while it leads the drive for full recognition of management of human resource as a specialized area of knowledge, skills, training, and competency. Human resource management is a unique profession and a crucial lever for mobilization of other resources for the production of goods and services, but also stands firm to advancing the prioritization of labor as the most important sector of production and remains keen on its welfare in all productive human activities. On this notion and premise, human resource management profession have their rightful place in decision-making process for both production and corporate affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, I take note of the chosen theme of the strategic plan as transformation of the Institute to better serve members of professional and welfare needs. This theme demonstrates the Institute's determination to expand its space in business management platform and to improve service to its members. And I can only urge the leadership to maintain this vision. Many societies today have lost focus and feared of the foundation goals, which is to promote the welfare of members and advance the trade or occupation. As government, we urge for fidelity to the profession and the law and encourage you to focus on building a vibrant professional society. This can only be achieved if you place the membership issues at the center of the affairs, continually strive to improve the management structure. Ladies and gentlemen, I am aware that the Institute's strategic plan is drawn around the legal mandate set out in the Human Resource Management Professional Act number 52 of 2010 and intends to realize the goals through, number one, regarding the practice, competence, and professional conduct of HR professionals. Registration of persons who meet the required profession and ethical standard. Promotion and protection of the welfare and interests of the HR. Fourth is profession, and the last one is engagement in public policy information to offer the advisory services to the government on HR management, labor policies, and professional standards. And maintain focus on improvement of the board's operational framework, growth and expansion of its products and services activities to serve the continuously changing needs of all its stakeholders. As government, we support the need to deliver credible examination. Creation of this behoves the professional to come up with effective and viable strategy to ensure corporate leaders, masters, will empower their greatest asset, their people, towards sustainable success. Ladies and gentlemen, we must remember that employers are seeking positions that not only offer appropriate financial compensation, but also environment that enable them to find strong culture fit. They want a work culture that makes them engage, fulfill, and feel valued. HR professionals must therefore support workers, adjust, and remain productive for the nation to remain competitive in the dynamic global market, especially after the effect of COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge business environment precipitated by rapid advancement and use of technology in production of goods and services, increased use of artificial intelligence, and the onset of COVID-19 has occasioned many changes in the world of work and anticipated change in work norms, now referred to as new normal. These have occasioned much inconvenience to labor and business, which require swift, skillful intervention to balance rights and interests of both sides. Everyone is working up to the HR profession to lead in maintain the balance and peace between the parties. The use of alternative dispute resolution in addressing issues of conflict is particularly emphasized. This is because of its flexibility and minimal cost as compared to litigation. Above all, it preserves relations, which is not always the outcome when parties go to court. As a ministry, we are in the process of setting up various wage councils to assist with negotiation and determination of minimum terms of employment for workers in the oil and gas extraction, textiles, mining, floriculture, among others, and which we look forward to receiving invaluable contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, the rapidly growing digital technologies have transformed economics and our daily social activities in an unprecedented pace and dimension. Kenya has embarked on a digital transformation journey to ensure that we maximize on the opportunities for advancing sustainable economy development. We urge the Institute and affiliates to remain committed to supporting government in national human resource planning and development, as well as its appropriation. HR professionals have the expertise, and collaboration with the ministry is critical in order to obtain a manpower balance in the economy. On the same footing, HR professionals must promote cooperation between workers, employers, and trade unions in adherence to the provision of the law to ensure harmony in the labor market. Ladies and gentlemen, to this end, we take pride in the successes in the digital economy arena. The Ajira Digital Program is an online jobs platform, government-initiated, driven by Ministry of ICT, to enable youth across online to enable youth access online employment opportunities. The overall objectives of the project is to make Kenya freelance hub and the global destination by the year 2022. The constituents of the Ajira Digital Program are designed to address the challenges that thwart the youth on profiting from digital job opportunities. We urge you and make good use of these opportunities. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, it is my hope that the role of the strategic plan, and even in the conference beginning tomorrow, members of the profession will be able to take this opportunity to share experiences and challenges encountered by the stakeholders in implementing this initiative. Such experiences can provide inputs in initiating. I therefore call upon all of you to engage in an interactive and productive exchange of views and ideas during this virtual meeting. As I close, let me assure the Institute that the Ministry of Labor remain committed to the joint initiative in promoting ethical practices in management of human resources, and as a most reliable partner in pushing for its agenda across industries. And on this note, look forward to joining you in your next endeavor. We stand ready to deploy resources available to support your cause as it complement ours. With these many remarks, I now wish you a productive and successful 3 great years of implementation of your strategic plans. And finally, I declare this seminar officially open. Thank you very much. I just wanted to add one more thing, to send greetings from our CS, Mr. Simon Chelugoi. He was not able to come because, again, Tuesday is normally a cabinet day where they meet, and he has sent greetings and said that he's very happy with what is happening, particularly Mr. Onyango. The CS told me that if he will get time, probably when you are closing, he can come and be with you. Otherwise, I don't want to dilute what you wanted to tell this congregation, because again, we as a government, we normally go by what is written in that message, and you don't change. You read as it is, and you leave it as it is. Otherwise, thank you. You all have a good day.
Thank you. The new normal is here, so we keep adjusting. Thank you. Let us appreciate our chief guest once more. And all the speakers, the national chair, the chairperson, HRM PEB, and even Dr. Ogola, thank you for your presentations. A few announcements before we go to the official launch. We have to do something ceremonial to mark this launch. As you have noted, our chief guest has also officially opened our conference, which kicks off tomorrow. We have a slight change of plans as per your program. We were expecting the governor, His Excellency Governor Kivuda Kibwana of Makueni, to open and the council members and board members, HRM PEB, join us at my left side so that we can officially launch our strategic plans. Tafadhali. Cameramen, please be ready.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here.
A small token of appreciation to our chief guest, Honorable Lentutu, so that he remembers our HRM and this engagement. So, Chair.
our chief guest once again, I think in just a few minutes. So it's really indeed our pleasure to thank you very much once again for officiating this function and giving us your words of wisdom and commitment that you are with us in attaining this vision. Isn't that great? Tomorrow we are going to see how we will be practically implementing this, and we are having real host good speakers, and I can assure you that you're really going to benefit out of this session. So as Irina said, be early tomorrow. We are going to kick off at 8:30 because we are not going to have the protocols, the normal, 30 or 2 hours engagement of opening of conference. We are going to go straight into the presentation, so don't miss out. And that is very important, I have to emphasize. Waziri, it's now my pleasure to humbly present a small token as our appreciation as members of the Institute for agreeing, the Ministry of Labor, to come and officiate this function. Asante sana, and may God bless you. And we'll now invite you for lunch with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. 2 final announcements. Yes, I can see Lydia from Sawela, an announcement from Sawela on the protocols, and then we will have a prayer, closing prayer and lunch for our lunch by Caroline Ngesa of NITA, so kindly come closer, and then we can break for that. Mr. George.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to Sawela. Karibuni sana, feel at home. We are here to take care of you. We are here to ensure that everybody is comfortable. Allow me just a few seconds to brief you about the measures we've put in place, specifically because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We have provided wash and stations along the garden outside, and where you'll be having your lunch at the main dining. We have tents over there. That's where you'll be having your lunch. So ensure that before you access the tea stations or the lunch, ensure you wash your hands with soap and water. At the main gate, when you alight every morning, please assist us, because we as Sawela, we are trying to do our best to ensure that we keep everybody safe because of the COVID-19. So please assist us to make the environment safe. We have also provided bins for disposing of the face mask just along the public areas. So in case you need to dispose your face mask, please use the specific bins which you have labeled disposed used face mask. When you're going for lunch, since the number is big, we shall provide gloves for you to be able to access the buffet and serve yourself. So we have the gloves. There's somebody stationed at the entrance at the buffet area. They'll be able to issue out gloves you wear on